If you want to automate your business workflows using Make.com and Bubble.io, but you feel stuck, here's how you do it in 5 simple steps. The first thing you want to do is have a Bubble.io template, something you can use as an app interface that makes it easy for people to interact with your application and start your workflows from Bubble.io. Next, set up your webhook in Make.com. All you have to do is create a new workflow and then click on Create Webhook. If we want to use a custom webhook, name your webhook and click Save. Now you want to take that webhook over to Bubble.io. If you haven't already, you want to add the API connector for Bubble. It looks just like this. Once you have it added, click Add Another API and then name the API. You can name this Sub API or give it a custom name. And then click Expand, set this as Post, and copy and paste the webhook URL in here. Change Use As to Action. The data type we want to receive in this case is text. For the body type, we want to use JSON. And then you can copy this simple JSON object into this field. We're creating a URL and setting a value so we can change the URL based on the input in our application. For now, we'll uncheck the private option. Now we have to initialize the API. So we'll come over here to Make.com, then come here and choose the Initialize Call button. As you can see, it's accepted. Now we want to set up a trigger in Bubble.io. A trigger is like a button that you can click on to trigger your workflow. We have a button here called Generate. All you have to do is click Add Workflow. And we have workflows here, but let's create a new one so you can see the process. Click Add an Action, go down to Plugins, and there'll be an option for your new API connection. We'll choose Test API. Since we want to send data, after clicking this button, we want to choose where we want to send data from. So we want to send it from an input field. So let's find the input field we already created. And just so you can see it, you have to make sure you click Value here anytime you add a value from an input field. And then we'll come over here so you can see the input field that I'm using. This is the input field that you're getting data from. So we'll come back to the API call and you can see input add YouTube's URL's value. For the purpose of the test, we'll delete these other workflow items and we'll test with this API call here. Let's click preview and you can see we're previewing our Bubble.io app. Now we want to test this with the value being sent to it. So we'll click run this module and then let's send this TikTok link to the Bubble.io automation. We'll click generate. Now when we come here, you can see that the TikTok link has been added as a value to the webhook. Once you've done that, now you can add additional modules to your Make.com scenario. This can depend heavily on what you want to do with this automation. In this case, I want to download a video. And once I have it downloaded, run it through Whisper AI and transcribe it, and then send it to ChatGPT to rewrite the video script and make it my own. I've already added a message here that I can use to rewrite any video script. I'll just copy and paste this from a different scenario and add it to my scenario. If you want cool APIs like this that you can use for your scenario, you can go to a website like Rapid API, and they have a lot of different APIs that you can use to power your applications. In this case, we're going to change this value to use the first steps value and then test it. You can test these modules by clicking run this module only and then add a test link. As you can see from the status 200, it passed. We just want to check the data to make sure it's there. Here's the download link. I'm going to test the next step. As you can see, I just tested all the steps and it came back successful. So once you've tested every step, the last thing you have to do is process the data and send it back to Bubble.io. What you have to do is send a webhook response. Take the webhook response and add the output of your automation. In this case, it's content from ChatGPT. And I'm just going to add it to the body of my webhook and then click save. And then we'll run this again. Click generate. And there you go. You have output in your application. If you want to see more tutorials like this, you can join my free community. You have access to the templates and all my tutorials. We'll be adding quite a bit, including tools you can use on a monthly basis. That'll be free for members. If you're one of the first few members, it's going to be a pretty amazing value. If you have any questions, come see me there and I'll be happy to answer them for you.